Čekaj, Majko, jebote srce, ja ću ubiti tebe.
Is this one tuned? Because... or was it just me?
Dalmatian music genre in itself, it's enriched with so much like culture and background and history. I don't know how to say it, it's just passion, it's full of passion. Tvoje lice je kako zlata, which is...
Tvoje lice?
Tvoje lice je kako zlata, which is your face is like gold.
That's beautiful. I haven't used that one in English. Did it work?
Just came up with it then, really.
Oh, did you?
We used tamburica on a song called Moja Rijeka, and we thought it was poignant for that song, just, you know, the name of the song, which means my river. It's the river. It involves my family and a bit of the culture, and so I just thought it was important that we bring out the tamburica in the song, and that's where we brought it out. Smell of the sea. I've broken this thing.
What do you mean you've broken it? Oh my God,
Is this how you treated your woman earlier?
Oh my God, just put it in a hole there. What's been much? That's just
watch where you touch it, lady. You know?
I'm sure that's this boy with the wig.
It is, it's him with the wig.
Yeah, it's great.
Beautiful.
She looks fantastic.
Let's get out of here quick before we get in trouble. Here's the thing that I'm not proud of it. I'm Tarara Māori who's lived all over the world. I can speak a little bit of Italian and I can get by pretty well in French, but I can't speak Te Reo or Croatian. So how do Delhi families keep their culture alive half a world away from their mother country? And I suppose it's not really that different to how you do it here. There's nothing Māori and Tarira like better than a good old sing-along. They sing songs about ancestors, homeland and sea, and I suppose that's one thing the two tribes have in common, a sure sense of identity, of whakapapa, and we just love to sing about it.
Oh, stop it, you're short for the men. Frano, come and help us.
To me, this is home, my club, Delhi Club.
And you walk in here and it
and I feel like I'm home. I love to speak my language here because I say to everybody, when you walk in this club, you have to speak your language. You should bring your children to learn. And I teach them all the little Delhi songs, the dances, the language. If I didn't have that, I think your soul will die. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh. Oh.
Yes, darling.
This is actually quite fun. I'm enjoying it. Blood's pumping. Being around these delis is actually awesome. It sort of makes me feel at home. In fact, the women are actually quite good looking too. But only a generation back, this was, for girls anyhow, the only social option apart from staying at home.
In particular, the girls were not allowed to go wherever they thought they may want to go. So Sunday night was a dance night at the Yugoslav Benevolent Society.
And we used to joke amongst ourselves, that was like the marketplace.
But should a boy dance with a girl for more than a couple of dances, well, things could be looking serious.
Marrying a Kiwi boy or going out with a Kiwi boy was like forbidden. Oh, my mother said, if he is the Duke of Edinburgh, which was about the highest you could aspire to in those days. No way.
Florida was determined not to restrict her own children's choice of partner. So what happens? Heck, they both married delis.
When us two met each other, it was at the Yugoslav Club on a Sunday night.
And she fell on her feet.
5 months and we were engaged.
Hang on a minute, it was more than 2 dances, wasn't it?
Dalmatians don't have relationships, they take prisoners.
Oh, dear Lord, my nonna, she looks at my finger, my wedding finger, and just goes, moraš ti doći u Hrvatsku. what are you doing, you know? And it's just like, what am I doing? I'm in New Zealand. It's kind of like the 21st century now, you know, I can do whatever I want.
Dalmatians generally like wine, food and dancing.
Innovative, and that probably comes through in a lot of Dalmatians, especially in the wine industry today.
I'm Simon, my father's Ivan, his father was Simon, his father was Ivan. I think this goes back for quite a few generations. Kind of a nice tradition.
We as kids were taunted by the general, the broader community as squareheads or foreigners or bloody Dallies, that sort of thing. So it tended to make us insular.
You were kept more separate by your own family than actually the society kept you.
For me, Dalmatianness was the centre of my world. We were in a very tight-knit community in Henderson, and out there was New Zealand. And I didn't quite know what that meant. I really believed that we had purple blood. And when I went for my first blood test and I saw that red blood coming out of that tube, into that tube, I said to the doctor, but my blood's purple, we're Dalmatians.
I like to consider myself I'm a good New Zealand citizen. And first and most, I think you have to remember who you are.
Who am I? Well, the first thing that somebody in Croatia asks you when they meet you is not who are you or what's your name, but whose are you? Who's your family?
The original Dalmatian migrants who settled here, say in the 1900s, they didn't have the luxury of time to think about what they were doing. They did it. They suffered. They collapsed at the end of the day. They amassed their coins one by one so that they could actually buy a piece of land to make a future for their families. Now it's their sons, their daughters, and their sons and daughters who have the luxury of an education, of leisure time, and of distance to be able to process these things.
To New Zealanders, I'm a Croatian because that's my point of difference. In Croatia, I'm a New Zealander because by choosing to go away from the homeland, I'm not one of them anymore. So I'm kind of somewhere above Singapore, you know, halfway through.
As a Croatian gay man, I could have had the cold shoulder in many a Croatian room if my dad, who hadn't been who he was, because it's definitely not embraced. It's a very masculine culture, and definitely any Croatian gay men I've met are closeted in New Zealand.
I'm not sure exactly where I belong. I'd like to think that I just belong to the world, because one country is just not big enough for me, I'm afraid.
I'm 1/8 Maori, then I'm 3/8, 3/4. I am half Irish, 1/8 Maori, half Dali, half Croatian. Does that sound right? Let's do that again. If I'm 1/8 Maori and 1/4 English, then I'm 3/8 half Croatian. I'm sorry, half Irish. Very much a Dali, yeah.